Welcome back, everybody. I've got a pretty busy day planned, so let's get right into it. Let's get back over to the processing room if we can. And over here, I forgot to do this last time. I needed to make this industrial fermenter in the last uh, segment, I believe. Uh, I don't know why it slipped my mind. It wasn't that hard to build. See, let's look in the manual. Maybe I can. That was the fermenter we needed. Let's see. It wasn't that hard. Let's see. 6 steel scaffoldings, 2 fluid pipes, 1 redstone engineering block, 2 light engineering blocks, 4 cauldrons, and 4 iron sheet metals. It was pretty simple to build. Just totally slipped my mind, but this is what makes the ethanol, which I've got stored in these tanks. And the tanks, I have those configured to push-pull on the bottom and on the top of the one below it. And I've done the same thing here with the biodiesel and with the plant oil. I've got the plant oil piping in on that side and the ethanol pipes in over here. And then we get the biodiesel out, and that is being imported into the fluid storage block I have here. So if we look in the fluid grid, we'll see that we have, 64 buckets of biodiesel available, which is fantastic. So what I need to do is get this set up to finish crafting the rest of the generator. So I'm going to need to teach it how to make the generator block. Like that guy. And I've learned with these that what I'm going to want to do is go ahead and pull out the steel that I have, that I actually have in my inventory. So if you guys are having trouble with your auto crafting, you might want to do the same kind of stuff. So I want to make sure that's using the steel that I actually have and not from base metals. And I'm going to double check my electrum and make sure that I'm using the proper electrum, because that's what I actually have on hand. So now I will create the pattern, and let's go ahead and get that up. One of those should do fine. And I believe we also needed to teach it to do the radiator block. And we're going to do the same thing here. Make sure that it's using the right steel ingots, and it looks like it is. And the copper, oh, that's because I'm in the wrong thing. It'll just make those for me. That's cool. Over here is where I want to do that, because I actually want to have this pattern. The main reason I do this, I know I don't need it right this second. I need copper from embers, so let's go ahead and pull our copper out. And we'll get those replaced. Now we create the pattern. So now what I want to do is make sure that I have 6 steel scaffolding. I think that's actually going to give me 3 or 4 of them. Okay. So I have 6 steel scaffolding. I need at least 5 fluid pipes, which I have. 13 heavy engineering blocks. Don't think I have any of those, so let's see if we can get 13 of them. And while those are crafting, we need 4 of the generator blocks. And that's much quicker than I anticipated. Did I not actually put that? Didn't. Okay. So let's get on the generator blocks, and we're going to need 4 of those, I believe. Missing a kinetic dynamo, huh? Do I not have that auto-programmed? I have one, but it's not auto-programmed, so let's see if we can't get a dynamo programmed in. That I think we're going to be okay with. So let's try that again. We actually want 4 of those. Copper coil block, huh? So I need to teach it how to make copper coil blocks. That's LV wire coil. We should be good there. And let's double check and make sure that I can make this. I think I can. So let's double check that. LV wire. Nope, good thing I made the pattern for it, huh? So let's get that in a crafter. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to need to teach it how to make those. And let's do it with these copper. I think that'll work. And I believe I'll want to teach it how to make I think there was one other thing. Yeah, I need to set that up. So I'll need engineer wire cutter pattern. And I will also need this pattern. So I should drop those in. And I believe I was requested some levels. I've never actually used this thing before. This is the fun part about playing on a server, just by the way, guys. We get to do all kinds of crazy stuff. As people take different directions, and we all try to kind of work together. Let's see, I think I was ready to try and get these generator blocks again. Need 4 of them. Yes, there we go. And, like I was saying, the main reason I like to have this stuff set up to AutoCraft is a lot of times when I'm trying to set up, like a new base in a new area that's far away, I may just bring the stuff to work out of the wireless grid for a while. And, I may not always think about every single thing that can pop up. I try to think in advance, for a few things. Let's see if we can't get the radiator block. And I'm going to need 9 of those. Yep, says no problem getting that. So I think we're ready to go up to the roof. And I wanted to show you guys this. I've totally moved some power generation downstairs. And we're going to fix this a little bit later. I don't know if I'll get to it on camera today. but I'll definitely update you on it because I'm going to massively redo our mob killing area as well. So I may turn that all into a bigger episode. I'm not really sure yet. Anyway, let's get upstairs. Because I took down all the Stirling generators that were up here. And let's replace those now with this guy. I think he might have been in the power wire generators. Yeah, diesel generator. This is the monster we're going to build. Okay. So let's see, where does it pipe in? I think that's going to be the blue input. Right. Yeah, it's looking like that's the input on the bottom corner there. Fuel is to be input at the bottom corners of the generator, whereas energy will be output to the top 3 connections on the top. So that's probably where the power is coming out. So I think I should set it up this way. So let's go ahead and get the bottom built. There we go. So on the bottom, I want 3 of those pipes, 6 scaffolds. So I'm thinking maybe something like this, right? 3 of those. And I'm going to do the fluid pipes and the scaffolds like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those guys. So 1, 2, 3. And scaffolds. Then we needed some fluid pipes here and here, and one of the generator blocks there, right? Yeah, I'm thinking that's right so far. Next level is 3 of those guys across the top. Bunch of heavy engineering blocks and more radiators. Put that redstone engineering block in there somewhere. Thinking that there, and then the rest of this is going to be this stuff. And I'm also planning, I haven't crafted it yet. Hopefully, I want to test this and see, really how much I can get out of it before I start trying to get too super fancy with stuff. But I'm hoping I'll be able to put a daylight timer on it so that I can eventually get this to just run at night. And then must be missing a redstone engineering block somewhere. flux. Okay, I guess that's about right. And then what does it say to hit it? Central generator with an engineer's hand. And there we go. All right. So what I'm thinking, let's get my grid. I'm thinking I shouldn't have got rid of that bucket of biodiesel so quick. There it is. Because what I'm going to want to do now is get this set to output the biodiesel. And let's see if I'm right about this. Should be able to set that to insert and set that to extract, always active. So I think that's working. Fuels to be input at the bottom corners. Okay, so what I'm going to want to do is, I made some LV connectors and stuff earlier, but now I'm thinking I might want to go ahead and probably teach the grid a little bit more. We're going to set that to insert as well. And we need yet a wrench for this little part. Excuse me. Because by default, fluid pipes that have stuff in them won't connect to pipes that don't, so we have to force that connection. So now it should be getting it on both sides. And we're going to want to go downstairs for this part. I need a grid here, so let's see if we can, let's see if I'll have to teach it or if I'll just get lucky again. I got lucky again. Right. And we'll probably want a relay. Well, we might not, just because I can't craft one right now. Hopefully I won't need that, but I am going to want some of my heavier duty conduits. So what we should be able to do so that's 1450. We've got our HV wire connectors, which should be able to go here without much of a fight. And what I should be able to do is connect them with these. This might be a little tricky. Well, let's just try it without the HV connectors first. I don't know that it'll work. I haven't really played around with this a whole lot, but I'm thinking that we might be able to get away with it. Oh yeah. I'm going to go with yes. That was the answer. Should be able to do something like this then. That's the sound of the generator running. So I'm thinking that this is going to work. once I get it tied into the power here. And before I get too silly, I'm going to double check these and make sure that they are set to extract. All right, so let's see if we're getting any. Oh, yeah. So let's go take a look at our fluid grid. And we've still got 60, we've got a few buckets in there. So I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break and go and double check on some things, and I will be back in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, what I did was actually craft a second diesel generator. One ended up not being quite enough for what we needed to do. Let's get this through. We must be running low on something. Oh, it's probably the diesel fuel. That's all right. It's getting us through till the daytime. I may end up needing to craft another one. I think we're still good down here. Let's see what's going on. We got plenty of sugar cane. Oh, it's the watermelon seeds. That's what we're running low on. So I may need to set up some way of doubling the watermelon production like I did with the croches here. I've also been a little busy down here redecorating. I've got a bunch of these brownstone, in this case weathered tiles is what I chose to go with. And as you can see, this is just walking. Okay, running is ridiculous. I'm actually thinking about putting up a sign to tell people not to run in the halls because it is, in fact, so ridiculous. And then to get us through the daytime, what I did was I got us a Tier 3 solar array going. I will go over the Tier 3 solar array a little more in depth because Kavito also built one. I thought I was getting attacked there for a minute. Oh, I probably was. Anyway, he built one of these things that gives him all kinds of buffs. I honestly don't know a whole lot about this little system he built, but I do want to learn about it, and I will, when I'm ready to build this little structure he's got underneath, I will also build another Tier 3 solar array, and I plan on going over that in depth when I'm a little more ready for that. This was kind of an emergency just to get our power system stabilized. And you can see now we're generating way more than we need to. And these piezo modifiers that I've got on the solar arrays allow us to continue collecting energy. Shut that off. That was going to continue burning fuel. I've got a daylight sensor here on the capacitor. I found out this was actually a better way to manage the power coming out of these guys. Hopefully this will give us a chance to get our oil buffed back up. So now that I've got our power stabilized and we've built our diesel generators, I still can't believe I forgot to build this fermenter over here, but well, you know, we get to the stuff we need to eventually, I guess. And speaking of things we need to get to, what I would like to do today, I've gone ahead and crafted a few of these ahead of time. let's clean out the old inventory while we're at it. Got a loot bag to open. See if there's uranium nugget. It's not that fantastic. We got plenty of that. We have been completing quests like crazy. We've been just knocking these out left and right. We've got a few left. We haven't done much with the food. I think I got some mushrooms. We haven't done a whole lot with the food yet. And honestly, we might not get to that because the modifier block assembly that Kevin Cavito built, it has a saturation bonus, so like he doesn't even need to eat. So that's pretty crazy. But we have just been knocking these out left and right. There's a bunch here in this in the crops and cattle that I haven't even claimed yet. Mayoral duties, I don't know that we'll get to that. We might. It was kind of interesting. And some of these we just kind of picked and got what we needed out of there. I would expect to see a lot more coming from Mystical Agriculture, though. This mod has been pretty good to us. And this is Botania stuff. Wow. Grand Designs. That is chiseling and DecoCraft stuff. Well, we might get into a little bit of that, but that'll be a ways off. And the kitchen area, all we have left here is crafting certain meals. I mean, we really just left and right have been knocking these out. There's a couple that we haven't unlocked yet, and one of them is Astral Sorcery, which I've been dying to want to play with. But today, I think we're going to go ahead and work on getting this mob room upgraded. Let's see if I had any dark glass. I think I need to get my little squid farm over here has been working, and it has been dumping ink into the grid. But it's not the fastest thing in the world, so I'm not sure. I've got a few ink. I don't know. What I should look into is seeing if I can make any of this floral black powder. That's a mystical black petal and a petal and more, and I don't have either of those things. See if we have any black flowers in here, though. Nope. Okay, well, I do have a few pieces that I managed to craft here. So we might be able to do something with that. So let's finish cleaning out the inventory real quick. And it looks like I may need to pop over to the hovel real quick and grab a quick bite to eat. See if we've got anything good. Blackberry jelly sandwich is the best thing I can make right now, huh? See if we have any juice. Any juice? No? Well, let's just make some juice. Blackberry juice. I thought we could make fruit punch. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Back to work. And the first thing we're going to do is shut off the mob spawners. And what we're going to do is we're going to rearrange this a little bit. And I've got like mismatched glass. I'm going to try to take care of that. Those we're going to leave right where they are, hopefully, as long as I don't get too crazy with the glass breaking. Okay. Oh. So what we're going to want to do is I'm basically going to try to turn these into a one kill or a one hit kill room. This is going to be harder than I thought since I can't actually fly. That probably hurt a little more than I wanted it to. I boy, I just can't touch those at all. If I did something like that. I think I can spin these with wrenches. That looks utterly terrifying. So, can I? Yes. That is what I want. Just a wall of masters. And then make sure that that is, yes, that is good. Enlightened fused quartz. Dark clear glass. Let's see if any of it got sucked into the grid. Dark clear glass. So that's a few pieces. We might be able to straighten this up a little bit. Yeah, I think that I'm going to like. And then I want to try, let's see if I can get some redstone conduit out of the grid. I think I have an idea for the switch. I think I have enough to make this work. So let's go ahead and remove these for now. I was having a problem with Enderman there for a little bit. We got all of those. So let's. They kept getting out, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me how they were getting out. And one of the problems, or the problem I should say, was that, oh, it's not going to let me put it there, is it? Well, I should be able to put a block there. So basically what was going on was I had to take out the fire modifier because the Endermen were taking fire damage. Let's see if it'll let me. Yes. You can shift left click, and most of the time you can force these connections. The problem is going to be, I wanted to put the switch in the center. I just don't think I'm going to be able to do that without placing a block there. I do have an idea though. That might work. Now the real problem is I don't know that I'll be able to get back here to be able to see that connection like I need to. I'm going to have to see if there's any food in the grid. I'm taking way too much damage. Do I have any cooked steak? Oh, I do. That'll work. We'll just keep a little food handy just in case. Let's see. Maybe I can temporarily disable this connection. Come on, quit changing the color and disable it. There we go. That wasn't really what I wanted to do either. Let's put that back. And I'm going to have to do it like this. Shift left click out here, south, and out. And see, it won't let me right back into that menu. But I think I should. I did. Good. I just got it to connect. Now, let's see if it'll let me place that lever there now. Nope. Still won't let me do it. No, did all that for nothing. No big deal. See if we can't get that back to red. So I think for now what I'll have to do is put some kind of a block there just to get this back on. Let's see, maybe we have a cool block somewhere. See if it'll work with Endstone. Why not? Can you? I wonder if you can chisel in stone. We might find out. So that should go there without a problem. And then I can put a switch on it. And that should turn, yes, that turned all of those on. Very good. Okay, so let's get the glass back. Hopefully I've got some more of those little mob things available. Yep, I crafted some of those for sure. And I had to take all those fire ones out. And I've basically been crafting this stuff as I can. Some of this, like, I don't, well, I might actually have a few more pieces now. Oh, these have been pretty cool, the beheading. But these require a lot of monster flesh. Or they did. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's see how many of these I can actually get. See if we can get 20 of them, because we're going to need a few. There was one that was giving me a hard time, and it was because I didn't have the monster flesh I needed. I wonder if maybe it was the smite. Oh, I've got 20 now. And that was the one. It's the smite. These are pretty cool. Those do a fair amount of damage. Let's see if I can get at least one more of those. Let's try 7. No, I have 5. I'll be lucky to get 1. Yes. So there's one of those. And here's some more of these. How about the luck? So I did 6 and I can put 10. Let's see if we can get 60. Sure can. That'll help. And let's take some more of those. Actually, I don't need any more of those. I think I crafted exactly 60 of those. We don't really have to worry about spiders. I haven't seen any in there. So let's go with what we got. Let's see if we can't get this stuff in there. That took 10. There we go. 10. Just put a bunch in there. One of those. We might pull a couple of these back out to make sure that everybody gets some. And we we got a few new ones down there, so let's get some of these upgrades in them. And last one. Alright, that'll do for now. Eventually what I'd like to do is I'll probably break this all out and replace it with some more of this dark glass if I can. And I might do the same thing over here. Eventually I'm hoping this whole area will be nice and dark glassed in and look somewhat cool. At least that's the plan anyway. So we should be able to turn this back on. And I'm getting cows out of there for some reason, apparently. It's alright, I'll take it. So that seems to be working. Awesome. And let's see how this is doing. Still hurting for seeds. So we may need to get another one of these little things set up. Let's see, we got... Let's get the stuff crafting. We'll need a destructor. Constructor. Alright, so while those things are auto crafting, I'm going to take a little break, and I'm probably going to try to figure out where I'm going to put a second one of these to try to help keep up with our watermelon seed demand. And we are back, everybody. Before I got too crazy, I went ahead and set up a second cloche for some watermelons right next and adjacent to the chest I already had. And so far, it seems to be enough that I'm not running out of anything. And everything is working the way that I'd hoped it would. Let's see. Oh, I know why I did a couple other things off camera, which I'll tell you guys about here in just a minute. See, and that even had a little bit of power built up, so that's pretty nice. Check this out. Yeah, we're still gaining way more than we're using, so that is outstanding. Looks like Chagrin has been busy doing the, I think that's a tier 4. I can't really look at it since Chad's the one that built it, but I'm pretty sure that's a tier 4 mob factory from Woot. Yeah. Let's see if it's harvesting anything for us. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think he's got that working. We're harvesting nether stars by killing withers in there. It all happens automatically. I really haven't had a chance to take a close look at Woot. I'm really not quite sure how it's being done. One of the things I did off camera while I was thinking about what to do with the watermelons is I've gone ahead and temporarily taken down the mob farm that I built, and I'm going to put it down there. We kept having a lot of problems with Endermen running around the base, so I'm not really sure how they were teleporting out of there. But I've dug this more than 15 blocks down, and so there's no way that they're going to be able to teleport up into the base. And I do have another little surprise. I've crafted myself a new set of armor. This is a premium armor. It has a helmet, a chest plate, leggings, and boots, of course. But if you have the entire set, you get the bonus of flight. So I thought that was pretty cool. Oh, it looks like I hit a telepad. There we go. Then one of the other things I've done, I think I did it right here, and this is why I have that other little ender. Let's see, where did I put that? Right here, maybe? Yeah. Somehow we've been collecting massive amounts of the ender, so I set up a storage block, and I have it set to insert only so that when we're accessing the grid, even if I type in the ender, nothing comes up. I can't actually access that from the grid. Now, if for some reason I did want to get an ender out of there, all I would need to do is change this to, something like extract only, insert and extract, or, but I want to keep it on insert only so I'm not seeing hundreds of the ender. And it's also set to void any extra. Let's see, where did I put the Mob Factory stuff? Is it in here? No. I may have put those straight into the grid. Let's see. I did. So here's 9 of those. And do we have spawners in here, perhaps? Do. I think I opened a loot chest a little bit ago. But I do want to get this mob spawn room back. I'm going to go ahead and get another one of those because we managed to find a broken skeleton spawner. I think what I'm going to have to do is get a soul vial and head to the nether. Oh, I typed where I was going instead of what I wanted. Soul vial. How about that? I think we've got a few of them. I think I'll bring 2 just in case. Let's head to the nether real quick. Gavito built this little area for the nether portal here. And there's our soul vial. What I want to find, there's one on the mini map, is a blaze. I want to try to get one of these guys. There, got him, I think. Yeah, there he is. Alright. So that was a successful trip. I do miss my Ender armor, though, if I'm being totally honest. It had some nice stuff, the jump and the boost, speed boost. There we are. Let's see, I don't exactly remember where I need to combine this. I think maybe a soul binder? Which I believe I may have already picked up because I'm going to end up moving that, so there it is. Let's just go ahead and set this down here. I don't know that he is going to live here. All right, there. Hopefully he's got enough power. And it looks like this is where I want it to be. So where did that spawner go? Did I put it back in the grid? I did. Alright. Enough fooling around. I need 8 levels. I'm actually gonna. I'm thinking I have a cool idea about. Oh, I have 21 on. Well, maybe I should have been paying attention instead of thinking, huh? So that should have enough. Oh, we hooked up to power anyway. So it has. It should hopefully have enough of an internal buffer. I really should put an octadick in there. So let's see if we can get an octadick. That was rather quick. Thank you. There we go. Wither skeleton. I would really love to have a blaze farm going because there's a fair amount of stuff we would like to do, and that is going to require some blaze rods or blaze powder. Weird. Could have sworn I just requested a spawner. Not sure why that didn't auto craft. I think it just completed. Solarium redstone. I don't think that needed any. And some silicon. Should have some zombie heads in here. There we go. I'm not sure why this didn't want to auto craft. That should be in there in just a minute. Something must need these. let's do that. Solarium and silicon. How about now? Unbelievable. There we go. Oh, the struggle is real today, folks. Alright, so there's our powered blaze. Let's not forget to actually make it this time. I'm not sure how many levels this is going to take, but I think we do it in an anvil if I remember correctly. Yes. 16, we have enough on us. And there's our powered blaze spawner. So, what I'm probably going to do is go ahead and wrap the episode up here. And hopefully between now and when I can do the next episode, we will work on getting all of the mob spawners set back up down here. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Server Play series. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you are liking these episodes. If you want to be notified of videos that I put out in the future, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for stopping by today, guys, and take